unit unknown trouble 600 north of Dillon.
Do you know why I pulled you over?
'Cause I was speeding?
No, it's because you're black.
The NYPD officer, Tate Richards, has been found not guilty of killing an African-American man named Quinton Myers despite damning evidence of the heinous crime. Protests against police brutality all over New York City have turned violent after being outraged and angered by the verdict. The NYPD is attempting to manage the protest and de-escalate the violence, however the NYPD is being overpowered by the protester. 2 NYPD officers have been severely beaten by the protester, and are being rushed to the hospital. It is unknown if the officers will survive.
This is an activation of the emergency broadcast system. The following message is transmitted at the request of the New York Police Department. Group of people who were protesting against police brutality have turned into riots. These riots are engaging in violent behavior such as assault, destruction of property and looting. These riots are taking place in New York City. These riots are causing civil unrest. These riots are dangerous. The NYPD is attempting to disperse the riots but are failing to do so. If the riots continue, the New York National Guard may have to be deployed in order to disperse the riots and martial law may have to be declared. Citizens living in New York City are strongly advised to stay indoors and not go outside. Do not join the riots as you will be arrested. Only go outside for essential purposes, like buying groceries. This concludes the activation of the emergency broadcast system. This is an activation of the emergency broadcast system. The following message is transmitted at the request of the New York Police Department. The riots in New York City have escalated. Violent crimes have gotten worse. Many buildings have been set on fire. Almost every business in New York City has been looted. Multiple NYPD officers and innocent people have been injured or killed by the riots. The riots are causing mass death and destruction and are incredibly dangerous. The New York National Guard has been deployed to New York City to assist the NYPD in a mutual assistance operation to disperse the riots and restore law and order. Martial law has been declared. A curfew has been imposed. All citizens in New York City are required to go to their homes at 7 p.m. and are able to leave at 11 a.m. Anyone who violates the curfew will be arrested. This concludes the activation of the emergency broadcast system. This is an activation of the emergency broadcast system. The following message is transmitted at the request of the New York Police Department. The riots have gotten out of control. The New York National Guard and LAPD have failed in dispersing the riots. Many LAPD officers and National Guard troops have been murdered by the riots. It is currently unknown when the riots will disperse.
This is a message from the United States government. Recently, It has come to our attention that many rioters have committed treason against the United States and have caused massive destruction, deaths of innocent civilians, deaths of police, and deaths of National Guard troops in the process. The NYPD and National Guard have attempted to stop the riots but failed. The riots keep going on. This will not be tolerated any longer. The United States Marines have been deployed to New York City. Instead of the NYPD and National Guard stopping the riots, they will. Rioters will be murdered. Active rioters are being shot up by the masses in the streets of New York City. Do not join the rioters unless you want a bullet inside your head. Police officers have the right to defend themselves from criminals. The complete delusion of police officers killing people in cold blood because of the color of their skin is completely false. Anyone who riots or attacks police officers, assuming they survive the rain of bullets that we give to the rioters, will be captured along with their entire family and executed. No one is allowed to leave their homes. Anyone who leaves their homes at any time will be executed. Anyone who is captured breaking these laws and their families will die a death that is painful beyond words. A method invented by the ancient Vikings called the blood eagle will be used to execute these people. The blood eagle is done by laying a person down on its stomach, and then tearing the skin off of the back using knives. After the skin is torn off the back, axes will be used to break and separate the ribs from the spine. Finally, the lungs will be pulled out from the wound. This is one of the most painful ways to die. We have captured many rioters and their families and executed them this way. Let us show you what execution by blood eagle looks like. If you and your family don't want to die by the blood eagle, it is in your best interest to obey. God bless America.